Good morning. This is going to be Chat with Francis time. So I would just spend this time doing a little bit of a talk, just whatever comes to mind while we're waiting for some people to get online. I always start at 10:57 and then actually begin at 11 o'clock. I hope that all of you have had a really, really great week. There have been some challenges for many of us because there are a lot of challenging energies out there. Would you agree? So what we're going to do today is to think about ways that we can deal with this. So I have lots of things around me today, as I always do. And I'm going to just begin, first of all, with telling you why I have crystals and oils and give you a moment to make sure that you've got your special oil near, because you will probably choose to apply it throughout, but certainly at the end, and certainly at the beginning and the end today. So my oil, which we all know, well, the first thing I always apply is going to be Sacred Mountain, and of course, Believe is my special blend, but you probably have a special oil, and make sure that you've got it close by and hold it with you. So, first of all, I've got a bunch of crystals here today as well, and I have the black Tourmaline, and the reason I chose black Tourmaline, this is a fairly large chunk, but it comes in all sizes, is that it is said to absorb negativity. And whenever we have pain, there is going to be negativity or blocks. So we're going to be releasing things that we don't choose to have around us. So I'm going to intend that this black Tourmaline will absorb some of the things that I might be choosing to release. I also have a little moonstone, Tumblestone. As moonstone, we've just had a major new moon, which is all about new beginnings. So as we release the old, we can bring in new beginnings. This is a Mercury retrograde period, which often is a little challenging, bringing up things of the past, but we can look at them and we can determine to make a change. And that is essentially what we are doing today. Check the time. It looks like it's exactly 11 o'clock. So I'm going to start with my Tibetan bowl, which I often do earlier. Chat time is over, I guess. And this has become really my really favorite Tibetan bowl in the last weeks because it has such a resonant sound. So take a deep breath, apply your oil, and just intend that these frequencies will start your healing process, will change the energy required. Once again, happy Sunday. Today I chose the topic addressing physical pain and illness because I've been asked, how can rainbow healing assist in that? Well, we have lots of ways, and today we're going to begin with the very basics. We can add to that. Now, let's think about what pain is. Pain and illness are always, they indicate blocks, blocked energy. So That's what we're going to be focusing upon today. It's upon getting the blocks removed. And fire is something that will assist in burning away, in transforming, in initiating change. So we are first going to focus upon the fire. You may choose a blend such as Light the Fire. I have in front of me the blends that are associated with the fire element. This is what we are going to really focus upon today, the fire element and the forgiveness glyph. So with that in mind, and you can look at this on your Rainbow Healing app, I'm going to apply orange essential oil. And as I apply it, I'm going to intend that that it enhance my fire. I'm also going to apply, which I didn't do first, the copaiba and or the cedar wood, which is all about authenticity. When we are who we were created to be, we are whole. There is no illness or pain. We are perfect. So cedar wood and copaiba may be your choice, actually, to apply very early on. And we have the orange, which is the fifth glyph, the breath of life, and the lemon, which is all about release. These are oils that probably many of you have that you often don't think about using. They are a powerful combination. And then later we will apply the geranium, which is the frequency that anchors that energy of forgiveness, the energy that will unblock. So let's get started. How do we get our fire moving in addition to applying the oils, which is going to enhance it? What have we been doing over the last weeks? We've been doing Qigong. This is that first practice of the Qigong, that we're moving the fire, we're building our fire so that we can burn away, we can make changes. So let's all take a deep breath. If you can stand up, that's of course the best way of doing it. I'm going to back up so I can do it. You can do it along with me. We'll move it along rapidly today. This is not a long practice. It does not have to be a long practice. So we start first with what? First is to intend that connection with the source, the creator, whatever your concept is. Connecting through your crown chakra, connecting through the base of the spine, all the way through the very core of earth, making that strong connection. And then to begin our fire, we are going to utilize our breath. Air, oxygen, is what increases the flames of the fire. So we're going to use these two elements, fire and air, in our mental focus and in our intent. So let us just step back and first of all, remember this first Qigong exercise is all about stretching in all directions and suddenly just letting go, relaxing. So we get started with that relaxed state. And then we bring that energy, that fire, all the way up our core and out the top of the head, just intending that it's going to release, that it's going to burn away at the core of your being, whatever is no longer supporting you. Go out to the sides. You can review this over the last 3 weeks. And I'm just visualizing those flames getting hotter and hotter, stronger and stronger. Then moving that fire in the abdomen. The second time we draw this up, we're going to intend to draw it through all of our meridians, stretching them out. And then the third time we're going to intend to draw it through all of our chakras, through all of our energy centers. Just feeling yourself becoming a flaming inferno, burning away all of those things that are no longer serving you, energizing, so that we can then focus upon areas of pain. How is everyone feeling with your fire moving a little bit more? And taking those breaths. We may choose to focus upon the breath in some of the later videos that we will do. Some of our sessions, there are probably many of you who are much more accomplished at healthy breathing than I am. However, I know the difference when I breathe. Take in those deep breaths and focus upon the breath. And when I don't, think about it, because most of us are shallow breathers. Now that we have our fire going, the next step for us in our healing process, and whether you have an illness, a particular pain, whether it's an injury or what, where you place your hands, and we will place our hands at some point, but right now we're focusing upon the energy, the fire moving through us. And it is always, even if it's an injury, and like for me, I'm very, I've had a lot of injuries, a broken leg, a dislocated knee, a fractured hip, a fractured spine, it still is systemic. Our entire being has been invaded, because when we are injured, the entire body races to the point of injury to support it, and it leaves the rest of us a bit vulnerable. So if you're thinking in terms of your entire being rather than that one area of pain, it may be more effective for you. And any illness is a systemic thing. So I personally love to put my hands, if I have an injury or if I have a pain in a particular place, in that area. It's kind of like the essential oils. I love to apply them where the pain is, as opposed to just on the bottoms of my feet. The reality is the energy will go wherever it is required to go. So we have that. First of all, we're getting our fire moving throughout our entire form and energy being. If you don't have a specific place of pain or illness, you can always hold the bottoms of your feet if you're sitting down. Or you can always, this is my favorite place to place my hands, on my forehead, to place my right hand on the forehead and my left hand at the base of the skull. This is called the Frontal Occipital hold, and it is a very gentle hold, just focusing on that fire moving through my entire head. If you have headaches, this is a beautiful way of getting those energies moving, clearing the block. That's that first step, okay? The second step is then we're going to employ the forgiveness glyph, the pink, that warm pink energy that clears blocks. First, we're burning it off, and then we're enhancing it with the breath, and then we're we're focusing wherever that pain or illness is. And this is that frequency of geranium. So I'm going to reapply my geranium to my hands so that I can hold it in my hands. And I'm going to just put my hands here, or as many of you know, my most recent injury was my fractured hip. I love to put one hand to sandwich that area. One hand at the back and one hand at the front. And just intend that those frequencies move right through to that point. However, before doing that, it is very, very helpful, I have found, to intend, and you may choose to hold the bottoms of your feet, intend that these pink energies, these frequencies of geranium, move all the way up through your entire physical form and energy being, starting at the bottoms of your feet and just moving up, intending that wherever those blocks are, that they are cleared. And after we've done that for just a period of time, then you will intend to start at the top and see those pink energies, if you can visualize it or just intend that they are moving downward. Sometimes you will find that the energy fields, those of you who feel and are sensitive to energies, that moving in one direction, they will move more easily than in the other. Somewhat like a fabric that has a nap, that it's smooth one way and more rough the other way. So we're moving this energy through. Excuse me. And now if you do have that place where pain or illness is, would you place your hands there, or in the alternative, just place them on your forehead and the back of your skull, the frontal occipital hold. And this is where I place my focus and say these words of Stephen's healing statement. This is long, and he will probably post it. I will also be posting it. It's going to be in our books very, very soon. But it's to all chakras at all levels. Please send all of the energy required to clear all blocks, because that is what we're attempting to do, to clear the blocks to the energy moving smoothly. So we're going to intend to send all of the energy required to clear all blocks, both those that are recognized and unrecognized, no matter where they may be located, at any level of the body, mind, emotions, and or spirit complex, anywhere in time or space. And we intend that this energy be redirected wherever it is required to effect safe and permanent corrections, and to embrace all of these changes into wholeness. And just sit with your hands here and that intention of that beautiful warm pink energy, the fire raging around, clearing that block. You may think of whatever block it is as being that black, like the tourmaline. Just intend that these energies dissolve that block, and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And you may require doing this for a few minutes. This is something that can be done anywhere. It may look a little strange to be holding your head. However, it actually is a matter of your focus. And it can relax you amazingly in just a very short period. So when you're ready, we will then intend to smooth out. Another technique that is so very helpful is just as if you were smoothing out wrinkles in a fabric. As we're just smoothing from top to bottom and all the way down. Those of you who are sensitive to energies may feel that your hands are getting prickly, and if so, just flick it to the sides and then start again. This simple thing can be so helpful. Children can do it very, very easily as we're just intending to get rid of all of those blocks that are just hanging out, causing problems. The wrinkles. I think of them, the challenges, as wrinkles often. And if you're still feeling that pain, you may choose to do this frequently throughout the day. You may choose to do it at night before you go to sleep. It's a wonderful thing if you're having difficulty relaxing to go to sleep. You can easily just do these simple steps that we've done of moving that pink energy through and just brushing the energy field gently. And of course, I'm visualizing the entire time this pink energy going wherever it is required to clear those blocks. Once the blocks are cleared, we can recharge the energy. As long as those blocks are there, there's going to be difficulty. Just like if we have a clogged drain, eventually, if we don't deal with it, no water will flow through it. If we deal with it a little bit, the drain may flow more smoothly, but it's not completely clear. So this is an ongoing process, and it can take as long or as short a time as you choose. You are in charge of your healing process. Isn't that exciting? So I challenge you this week to play around with using this Qigong practice, particularly the first one. I use all three every morning to get myself ready to go out. And I'm doing the rainbow healing glyphs as a part of that third, particularly the third practice. But you can sit down and do this anywhere, anytime, with just focus. Just take a breath and make those intents. So I hope you will have a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful week filled with lots of happy, exciting things that are new and make you feel joyous. So I'll look forward to seeing you next week.